In Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can glitch 2 minecarts together and then fly them through the air. So here are 5 myths in 5 minutes about flying minecarts. So there are the 3 flying dragons in the game, and normally you shoot them with an arrow and then they'll drop special items, but I was wondering if you could crash into them with the minecarts instead to get an item. The fire dragon spawns up in this northern spot, so I flew 2 minecarts from Death Mountain over there, and normally you can just hit the dragon anywhere with an arrow to get an item, so I just tried T-boning him. Okay. Got fucking wrecked. So that didn't work, there's no item, but I hit the side of his body, and so I was thinking maybe like a head-on collision would work better. So I went back, and this time hit him face to face. Come on. No! No! So, still got no item. I tried hitting the horn specifically as well, but that still did not work. So, no, you cannot kamikaze into a dragon to get an item.
Busted.
For the second myth, there's this quest near Gerudo where this dude has 4 friends trapped up on these catwalks, and you have to save them from bokoblins. But I was just wondering if you could just fly minecarts through the catwalks and then just knock all the bokoblins off. So first you have to fly the carts from Death Mountain all the way down to here, which legitimately took 25 minutes because the minecarts are so slow. And then you have to kill all the bokoblins that are threatening each person. Initially, I was just sort of flying at them head on, you know, and the carts do a tiny bit of damage, but it doesn't actually push them anywhere, so it doesn't knock them off the catwalks. So after some experimentation, you can turn the minecarts sideways while you're flying, and this basically makes the carts into a V shape. So now you can like tuck a bokoblin into your airplane and then just scoop him right off. It finally worked! Nice and steady. And he's out of there. And you're off. So what'll happen if I just sort of start flying in front of you? I'm sure you haven't.
Confirmed.
I was curious if you could hunt animals with flying minecarts. Turned out to be hard though, because if the animals see you, then they'll just start running away. But the animals don't notice you if you're flying above them. So if you just kind of silently get into position in the air, then you can dive bomb down before they start running. All right, there you are, there you are. And dive bomb. What a horrible way to die. Oh, hell yeah. Oh shit.
Confirmed.
Kind of a similar myth, but I was curious if you could knock bokoblins off of their horses with the airplane. Because normally the mounted dudes are really, really hard to hit, but with the flying minecart, I found that it just blocks all of their arrow attacks, so you're not in any danger, and you just sort of slowly hone in on them like a metal cat. Yes!
Confirmed.
So my biggest question was to see if you could fly straight into Hyrule Castle with the carts. It'd be really convenient just to skip the entire castle sequence and fly right into Ganon's bedroom. So you can fly from Death Mountain to the castle, no problem, but right when you start crossing that moat that surrounds the whole castle, these really, really strong winds start blowing, and then they force the 2 minecarts apart. I was so goddamn close. And this turned out to be a really big problem because this wind completely surrounds the castle from all sides. It doesn't matter which angle you fly in from or how high or low you are, it always forces the minecarts apart and you fall into the river. But while I was failing at this, I noticed that the big purple pillar that's on the southeast side actually extends out over the entire moat. So if you could ramp up that pillar and you get to the top of it, that'll drop you off right into Hyrule Castle and you don't ever need to fly out over open water. And so this actually works. If you ramp up the pillar, then the winds don't screw up your airplane for some reason, and then this will drop you off right onto that path before Ganon. Now you're really, really close at this point, but unfortunately those winds will start up again right before Ganon. So if you try to fly into the air at all, you'll be knocked down basically immediately. Why is it doing this? And that sucks, but if you don't actually fly in the air, then the winds don't screw up your airplane. So if you just sort of slowly ramp yourself up the castle path, eventually you will get into Ganon's Sanctum. So, is it possible to fly into Hyrule Castle? Kinda.
Kinda.